was great. First of all, day one was phenomenal. Day one was great. Shout out to Mr. Sturgill. Shout out to Mr. Shout out to Mr. Joyner for sharing that awesome value on last night, man. It was a great showing. It was a great value shared last night. If y'all was on the call last night, drop some fire emojis in the chat because y'all know the value that was spread throughout that night, man. Definitely left me exhilarated and motivated and inspired to just get right, for 2023. So if y'all excited, about tonight and the value that's going to be shared with you all tonight, let me get some 777s in the chat. Let me get some fire emojis in the chat. Let me get I'm ready in the chat right now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome to the pregame out there. Welcome to the pregame, gearing up for 2023. What's going on to all my streamers out there, to all my people on the live stream tonight? Glad y'all came out tonight for day 2, night 2. We're going to get this thing started. We're going to get this thing going, you guys. Let's go. Let's go. So it's looking like we ready. So without further ado, I'm going to reintroduce this gentleman to you all. For those of you who haven't experienced this guy, who didn't experience what he talked about last night, you're in store for another treat tonight. This gentleman is my brother. He is a great mentor, great leader, great follower of Christ. This gentleman is just doing exceeding abundantly, just great things. He's put his faith to work. This is a true definition of a faith walker. All right. This gentleman is a faith walker simply because he stepped out on faith on numerous occasions and God ain't never dropped him yet. Man. I'm super proud of everything that this gentleman is doing, everything that he stands for, from the motivation, from coming and thinking with him on Mondays, coming in, hearing him talk about the mindset and living a better life, living a more positive life, and just going after everything that you want in life, man. This gentleman is the epitome of a pinnacle leader. All right, he is on his way to the pinnacle leader status, and I'm just so happy to be on the ride with him, man. Super happy and grateful for what he's doing. Super proud of this, man. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring up Mr. DT Sturgill. DT, go ahead, get on here, do your thing, bro. Let's rock out.
Can everyone hear and see me? Can everyone hear and see me? Type of 777 if you can hear and see me right now. But shout out to Justin J. Robinson. Look, he already bringing the energy tonight, and I kind of like the background scenery. He is already in the game and giving the pregame here. Like, if y'all put some fire emojis in the chat for Justin, man. I appreciate you so much, Justin, just to see your growth from where you was to where you are right now. I'm very excited for you because I know it's so much more that's gonna be coming from you this year and the years to come. So I'm excited for it, bro. It's an honor just to have you even hosting the call. But we're gonna jump straight into this. I don't want to hold you all too long because I do have a time limit with you all, but we're gonna make this thing the best time ever. Now, I know for this year, one of the things that you need to dominate this year is you're gonna have to develop some type of belief this year. How many of you all know that your belief system plays a big part in your success? Matter of fact, I want to see you type belief in the chat. If you know that your belief system plays a big part in your success, let me see big belief in the chat. Let me see some big belief in the chat. Because I'm telling you, belief plays a part in everything that you do, whether you believe it or not. Belief plays a major part in whatever you do, whether you believe it or not. I had heard something from the late great, and it's just so amazing how much value that you can take from somebody who's not even here with us. Now, the Dr. Miles Monroe, he said that no one can build beyond the limitations of their own belief. I'm gonna say that again. No one can build beyond the limitations of their own belief. You cannot build anything beyond the limitations of your own belief. See, a lot of us have a lid on what we believe and what we perceive to be true about ourselves. Did you not know that you are capable of any and everything? I'm here to tell you tonight that belief is the foundation to every outcome you have, whether it be success or whether it be failure. Now, make sure that it's built upon solid ground instead of soft ground. Now, I know what you mean by that. I know you probably sit back asking me, what do you mean by that? What type of foundation is your belief built on? Is it on solid ground or is it on soft ground? So I really want everybody right now to reflect on that question. What is the foundation of your life right now? It's okay. It's totally okay to answer it in the chat, because I'm telling you, I was at a point in my life where my belief system was built upon soft ground. And I'm talking about sometimes when we find ourselves standing in the sand and the soft ground is pretty much your negative self-talk. Everybody done talk negative to themselves one time or another, and listening to the opinions of others. Everybody done heard the opinions of others, and you start to adopt them as your own. Everybody done compared, or you'd have some type of doubt in life. See, these are the things that build, that's your foundation can be built upon soft ground. You don't want that going on in your life. And I'm telling you, whatever you think about comes about. With all these things that I just named, whatever you think about comes about. You will start to sink your own thoughts. Yeah, your thoughts. You'll start to sink your own thoughts and drown out your belief if you start to adopt these things to become true. Now, I really want you to pay attention to it, but we just talked about all the bad aspects of it, but I really want to talk about the positive aspects of having a solid foundation rather than a soft foundation. If you have a solid foundation, you'll find yourself feeling more confident in whatever it is that you're doing, because now you have a belief that it has to work or it has to work. There is no plan B. I heard this story. It was a very profound story. The number one selling book in America right now, especially America and all the way around the world in self-help, is Think and Grow Rich. It was this captain, and he burnt all ships that was going back to whatever that was going to, because it was a war going on. But he said, I'm gonna burn these ships because we're gonna get off this island one way or another. It's either dead or alive. We are not dependent on the way back. And if we is dependent on the way back, it's gonna be because we won the war. A lot of us need to start winning the war in our life. Your belief, the powerful, the more stronger your belief is, it develops you with some optimistic thoughts for the year. And you start to have some positive self-talk with yourself. And you look more into your purpose. You have a definite knowing that everything is happening for you and not to you. How many of us had that belief that everything is happening for me and not to me? I done had that belief where I thought some things was just happening to me. And I was like, why me? But you need to switch that around. Instead of saying, why me, try me. I want all the smoke. Whatever is built upon solid foundation will be able to withstand any type of test, because if it's not built upon solid foundation, it will fold. And I'm here to tell you right now that storms will come. But do you have the belief that it will pass, or do you think that it's here to stay? If you think that it's here to stay, then guess what? You're absolutely right. But if you think that it will pass, you're absolutely right also. It's all about what type of belief do you have about the things that's going on in your life. I can tell you that beliefs can do two things. It can either improve our lives from positive perspective, or it can hinder our lives with a negative outlook. And I'm gonna let you in on something. The greatest part about both of these is you get to choose which one you let lingers in your mind and in your spirit. I think that we need to move from being our own worst enemy to being our own best friend. Because I know this for a fact. Belief is programming. If you believe that belief is programmed, I want you to type a 777 in the chat. Do you think that your belief is programming? Type a 777 in the chat. And I'm gonna give you a secret. You only need 3 keys in life. If you have a pen and pad handy, I suggest that you use it right now. It's only 3 things, 3 keys that you need in life. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us are familiar with these 3 keys. It's control, alt, delete. I'm gonna say it again. Control, alt, delete. How many of us are familiar with those 3 keys? Type a yes in the chat. If you are familiar with those 3 keys, type a yes in the chat. See, I know you're looking at me like, DT, where is this even coming from? We are not computers. I know that you're not a computer, but you gotta switch how you look at things and break it down in the most practical ways. You have to first control your thoughts. Now, I'm not saying that you're gonna have it all the way, because we have so many thoughts that come in our head throughout the day, but majority of them are negative. And you have to alternate those negative thoughts with more positive ones. Now, I know you're saying it sounds easy, but I'm telling you it's not. If you have thoughts in your head and 85% of them are negative, it's going to be hard to come back that with the small percentage of positive thoughts that you do have. Now you got to actually start consuming some things. And when I talk about delete whatever doesn't align with what you want. Delete whatever doesn't align with what you want, because your belief starts to seep over into your life. And the only way to clear these limitations from your hard drive, you need to take control over your thoughts. You have to. It's up to you what you think. You choose whether you think positive, and you choose whether you think negative. You have the power to alternate those thoughts. That's one thing that you do control. You do not control the thoughts that's coming in your head, but you have the power to shift the thoughts that's coming in your head. And if you can see your life from that outlook that I just said, now you can delete the virus that's crashing the hard drive of your life. And the hard drive is your beliefs. You see how I broke that thing down? Your hard drives are your beliefs. So what are you believing? Now, when you do this, I really want you to understand that your beliefs come from thoughts, and your thoughts come from environment. That's the key. Your thoughts come from environment. So I'm gonna ask you 3 questions right now. Who are you spending most of your time with? Who do you talk to? Who is it in your life right now that you're listening to? Because I'm telling you, a major part of your success forms with proximity. Who do you have around you? And I think I was saying this yesterday. What are you consuming? Don't let anyone around you drain you. Everyone around you should have some type of benefit in your life. I want you to make a creed with yourself right now to surround yourself with people who build you up and create that belief in yourself. Have those people around you. You need more good people around you, especially if you want a positive life. Especially if you want a positive life. I want you to get away from those people that make you feel incapable and get around people who give you that belief. Exercise your power of disassociation and association. You have to exercise this every day. And I think I was having a conversation with someone. You have to be able to filter out your life. You know how you make coffee and you have all those coffee grains, and you have that filter to catch those grains before it even enter your cup? You have to filter out the things and the people in your life, people and circumstances. And secondly, what are you reading and what are you watching? Because it's garbage in and garbage out. Whatever you feed your mind, trains your mind. I'm going to say that again. Whatever you feed your mind, trains your mind. What you read gives you wisdom, and what you see is what you believe. If you want more insight in life, guess what? You have to read more. If you want good in your life, you have to look at better. So what are you reading and what are you looking at? You have to shift things in your life. I really want everybody to be a user of these resources to better your thoughts, to give your belief the heightening that it needs. Your belief needs to go to the next level, but the only how that it goes to the next level is you have to be the person that take this step. You have to take these steps. I want everybody to say this right now. Take small steps to a big belief. I'm gonna say it again. Take small steps to a big belief. Because we are all pregnant with an idea, dream, or vision. No matter how you think about it. And it all starts small, but it grows in you over time. It grows inside you over time. These three things do. Whenever it's ready, guess what? It comes out in a major way. I really want everybody to take that first step, because I'm telling you, and the thing about taking the first step, it's the hardest part of your journey. But once you take it, the process becomes a lot more easier, but you're going to endure some things. Anytime you step, just be prepared to endure some things. And if you start small, it doesn't seem impossible. But if you try to do the big thing first, you will get so overwhelmed with life, because I'm telling you, life be life. It's going to hit you in the face. Have you ever heard of Murphy's Law? Whatever wrong that could happen, it will happen. You could be doing so good, just walking out and just enjoying life, and then Murphy just be sitting in the parking lot waiting on you to come out just so he can get a cheap shot on you. And then now you start to feel defeated by the hit that you just got. Now your belief is hit with doubt, fear, worry, and that uncertainty that everybody starts to run away from. And I'm telling you, all these elements right here stop you from taking action. Why would you let something so small stop you from taking action? Notice that all these emotions that I just named, none of these come from God. None of them. Only love comes from God and action. So why are you sitting right here right now, especially expecting a big year of yourself, but you're scared to take any type of action towards what you want? Just start small. You don't have to start big. Because the more you think about it, the more it paralyzes you. Anything you sit here and sit in and don't take any type of action towards it, it starts to paralyze you and it diminishes the belief that you do have in what you can do or what you're capable of doing. I want everybody to think about this. Wherever you are right now, whatever type of circumstance that it is, somebody started right where you are. They took that leap and they won. Everybody on this call right now is winners, but it takes the action to get there. Now I'm gonna tell you, I just told you to type big facts big belief in a chat, but big belief, it requires action. Small steps is the thing that you need to build the belief to accomplish anything so it can't be shaken. So small steps, you got to start taking small steps to do big things, because I'm telling you, if you take small steps and do some big things, you can train your mind to do anything. I did not mean to rhyme there. Start small, do big things so you can train your mind to do anything. If you really look at it, the truth of our minds are like kids. I don't know if anybody on the call right now have kids, but you can tell a child to stop doing something and then they go right back to doing it unless you redirect them to do something much better. That's how your belief works. You have to direct it to implement or to jump into something better. I want you to keep those positive thoughts handy so you can stay away from those negative thoughts. Like I just told you, those negative thoughts are going to come up. And the more negative thoughts come up, it hurts your belief. You have to be able to put some more positive thoughts in this. And whatever negative thought that you is telling, you need to talk to it. Tell it to shut up. I know what type of belief I have. I know what I'm capable of doing. Sometimes you have to talk to yourself like that, because life will challenge you. And it will change the beliefs that you have because of what you're enduring, whether it be the circumstance or you just so-called it bad luck, as most people believe. But your belief can only be hurt by your negative mindset. Everything, like I just told you yesterday, everything begins and ends in the mindset. So what type of mindset do you have? Whether you believe it or not, it's all coming from our conditioning. A lot of people are raised up with a negative belief about themselves. If you want more out of you, you truly have to believe in yourself. You have to, whether it be consciously or subconsciously, it is developed by your repeated thinking and your habits. This is why your environment plays a big part of your belief. You need to surround yourself with an environment that's going to all of that. It was if you don't know him, definitely go to YouTube, look him up. Dr. David Imonitie. Definitely go and look him up. Because he gave a training, hold on. He gave a training on the 4 factors that create your belief system, and it just stuck with me. Number 1 being
All right, everyone. All right. Um, while we wait for Mr. Sturchill to get back on the call, man, just listening to just everything that Mr. Sturchill is talking about is like, it's almost kind of like he peeked into my life and telling me, all right, Justin, got to tighten up on this, got to tighten up on that, man. So I hope y'all are receiving this, getting some really good information, writing down your notes and everything. You're gonna wait on Mr. Sturchill just to get back on.
Can you hear me? All right. Look, the devil is really, really busy. Can everybody see and hear me? Stop my camera. All right.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
got
So we are back up. just to show you that the information that you get is very, very valuable, because it's something that's moving in rotation that does not want me to deliver this to you all. So we just gonna keep going on just like we was at first. But I think I was on the 4 points that I had got from my mentor, Mr. David Imonitie. So like I said, if you haven't checked him out, definitely go and do it. He has this training on the 4 factors that create your belief system. Like, it's your environment, your visuals, the information that you receive, and the experiences that you go through. Now, I can tell you one thing: your environment can do 2 things. It could either build your beliefs or destroy them. It could be the people or the circumstances that could contaminate your belief system. How many of you all know that these 2 things can bring down your belief system? Type of 777 in the chat. Type of 777 in the chat. Because the negative things can be what they say or what you're currently going through. Now, you have to garden your environment, cut out these weeds, and prepare to harvest that you expect. So what are you doing with your crops right now? And this is your crops. Whatever is in between your ears, the mindset that you have will develop either the harvest that you could be having or the dead crops that's going on. You have to change what you're looking at to change where you are. I'm gonna say that again. You have to change what you're looking at to change where you are. Now, I know that visuals play a very big part in my belief system. It's the major part of your belief system, because I know what you see is what you see. I know everybody in this chat have a dream home or a dream car or something that they want. Any desire that you have, I'm here to tell you right now, you need to start putting up pictures of it. That plays a big part of your belief, because now you seeing it daily, no matter what's going on in your life. And the more that you see it, it start to ignite some type of fire in your life. And this even goes for all your affirmation, your car, your finance, your spirituality, anything that you desire. I'm telling you, put it up all throughout your house so you can see yourself there rather than your current circumstance. You have to go there before you get there. And I know all of us that heard this saying on this call is, I believe it when I see it. No matter what walk of life we from, we all that heard this call, no matter how old you is, no matter how young you are, we all heard this saying, but I need to reverse it. It needs to be, you should believe it before you see it. Everybody needs to build a vision environment. I don't want you to limit it to just a board. Everywhere you go, you should see what it is that you want. Every time you wake up, you should be speaking what it is that you want. Because whatever you want, the more that it's around you and you surround yourself with it, you're just heightening up your belief system that you will get it. Because I'm telling you, everything that you want, you will get. And people might come in when they see all of this, because you walk around my house right now, you see nothing but goals up. They might call you crazy. But an abundant life requires a crazy vision. I'm going to say that again. An abundant life requires a crazy vision. Information causes you to think, but really what makes you dangerous is applied information. Because that's, once it's applied, that's where the shift in your life starts. And it's a side to the day we are drowning in so much information that we are starving for wisdom. Listen to information, not knowledge, and knowledge is not understanding, but understanding to act on what you believe is everything. The information that you are receiving that's good information could be the compass to your life, but the only how that it directs you is if you start to apply it. If you don't apply it, nothing happens. Once you start to take action towards these things in your life, it gives your life some type of correction. You won't think about why how I'm doing this wrong or whatever the case might be. You will start to move different and see things a little bit more different. That's why I always tell people that come around me, always, when I say always, absorb something good. Whether it be books, audios, mentorship, seminars, whatever it is, personal development is very, very pivot when it comes to your belief system. And once you experience the shift in your environment, what you see and the information that you apply, your outlook will start to expand in life. And you'll have this belief that it's already done. Because everybody know this one. If God is with you, then who can be against you? You got to have that belief that it's already done. Some of the stuff that I write is so astronomical in the physical that I know that it's already going to happen. So it might seem natural, like, oh, I don't know how this is going to happen, but you have to move more in a supernatural. Because I'm here to tell you that you have to move more in a line to raise your level of your belief. And once you hit this belief level, I love saying this one. Whenever you get to a new level, there will be new devils to pull you right back to once where you was, to the point where you start doubting and fearing and start to talk yourself out of whatever you know that you can be doing. Now that you are, I gave you everything that you need to be equipped, to equip your belief system a little bit better than what it is. And now that you know what attacks it, so now you can actually go out and experience the things before you physically get there. And I want you to dream, build on your beliefs and not your circumstances. That's what you should be building on. Your beliefs and not your circumstances. I'm going to end this off because I don't want to take up much of your time, but I want to tell everybody that you are born unique with godly strengths. In order to develop a strong belief system, no matter what your religion is, you need to be plugged into the source. I want you to step out of what seems to be familiar for your chief aim, as well as your purpose, your spirituality, and your personal development. And I want you to start to develop a stronger belief with yourself about who you are and what you are more than capable of. Because the more you gear up your thoughts and your actions towards your purpose, the quickly you develop a belief system that can overcome anything that goes on in your life. You have to have an unshakable belief to do what it takes to overcome and continue to achieve anything that you want this year in 2023. I just want to ask you all 3 questions before I leave. Then I'm going to hand it back off to J-Rock. What does it mean to have an unshakable belief in yourself? What does that look like? What does it mean to have an unshakable belief in yourself? Do you think and speak with conviction about your beliefs, about what it is that you desire? Now you have to shift your language. And most of all, in 2023, I really want you to ask yourself this question, and it's going to bring it all home. Are you willing to bet on yourself this year? If you're willing to bet on yourself this year, you'll develop a stronger belief in yourself and the things that you want, and you'll start to move forward with some action instead of stagnation. So let's develop a big belief in ourselves and more and what we are capable of doing, and let's push forward in 2023 and develop some big things, because everybody on this call is more than capable of doing big things, but it's all up to you exactly about what it is that you do in 2023. So Justin, that's my time, and I'm gonna hand it back out to you, my brother.
Man, Mr. Sturgill, you never disappoint, man. fire information. But I just felt like I left a church sermon just now. Like I just got filled with the Holy Spirit, and I'm ready to go out there and do what I was destined to do, man. Mr. Sturgill, it's definitely important that we know how to believe and how to align with our purpose and the things that we want in life, man. And that's some key information that is definitely going to set us off and get us on the right foot when it comes to all of the great things that we're going to achieve here in 2023. Are you willing to bet on yourself this year? If that's not the question of the year, I don't know what it is that you're looking for to happen in 2023, because it will not happen without you and God, man. And if you don't show God that you're willing to bet on yourself, you're just giving up on all of the potential, all of the gifts and the talents that He placed inside you, man. Ask yourself that question every day. Y'all, we're going to keep this thing going, though. We're going to keep this thing going. Day 2 of the pregame, gearing up for 2023. So fire, man. So fire. If you receive any valuable information from Mr. Sturgill, who just came up here and rocked it, put some fire emojis in the chat. Put some 111s if you're ready for our next guest speaker that's getting ready to blaze the front right now. Shout out to everybody on the live stream again as well. Shout out to everybody that came out right here on the Zoom call. We gearing up. So I hope that y'all ready. Y'all ready for this next person. Let me get some 777s in the chat right now. Let me get some 111s in the chat right now. Let me get I'm ready, coach, right now, because we gearing up. We see everybody. We see Mr. Sturgill got on his referee shirt. I got on my Coach J-Rock shirt. We right here, man. We here, and we ready to take off this year, man. We ready to take off this year because we said it's going to happen. We declaring it. It's looking like we ready. So without further ado, man, not much to say about this next guest because I'm a front row seater myself, getting ready to experience the power that the value that this young lady has. Definitely have something in store for us. I'm definitely anxious. I'm definitely excited to hear what she has to tell us. I got a little sneak peek from what it looks like. She's gonna be talking about seasons. So get ready, man. Get ready and go ahead and start intentionally thinking about the season that you're in right now and the season that you're looking forward to coming into this new month of March that we'll be in tomorrow. So without further ado, before I even talk about anything that she's going to go ahead and talk about, let me introduce to y'all Miss Kirsten. Miss Kirsten, are you here with us?
Yes, I'm here. Woo.
Awesome. Super excited and grateful for you, Coach. You go ahead and take it away.
I couldn't wear my referee shirt, but I'm wearing it invisibly in spirit. And I'm gonna say it was God that got me here because it's been a rather crazy day. But yes, I wanted to talk today about seasons because I feel like that's a topic, sometimes we want to jump to the finish line. We want to jump to the success story. And I think that sometimes, especially in today's reality, we like to focus on the end result. And, we have this idea that there's this mountaintop that we're going to peak to, and then that's it. And I think that that's a poor example of what God does when He's manifesting things in your life, because I think it's important to acknowledge the seasons and the stages in which He's trying to lead you to where you're supposed to go. So before I get into that, a little bit about me. My name is Kirsten Monell. Well, my name is Kirsten. Kirsten Monell is my artist name. I'm a musician. I met DT and his wife some time ago, and we created a wonderful relationship. And in that, I too was in a very interesting season. I was in a season that I like to call the preparation. Then eventually you get to the sowing. Then eventually you get to the reaping. But before you even reach the reaping, you have to get to the self-reflection. And during the time that I was in my first stage was when I started having more deeper conversations with DT about changing my mindset, because I think that I was in a place like most of us are. It was just right now? Why am I not seeing it right now? And, you know, when you decide to take on anything that is uncomfortable for you, especially entrepreneurship, it requires a level of humility. And you have to be comfortable with doing things that you wouldn't naturally do. Because at the end of the day, we're all selling something. You know, you wanted people to see you in one light, to become a fan of you, to appreciate the art that you do for me as a musician, to appreciate the product for somebody as a salesman. And in order to do that, sometimes we have to relinquish ourselves to whatever system is in place for us to connect with people. The Bible talks about obeying the laws of the land. And I like to believe that as it pertains to this new social media world that we're in, because every post won't be successful. Every post won't get acknowledged. Everything that you do will not have a wave of just everybody fondling and being in love with what you're doing. A lot of times it takes that humility and that discipline and that understanding that what I'm doing right now is to produce a result. And at some point, especially if I continue to innovate and continue to be consistent and appreciate the art that I'm doing, people will at some point acknowledge it. And it happens in stages. You might have, excuse me, it's my daughter. You might have a group of, thank you, Ram, a group of 10 people that support you initially. You might have a group of 25. It might jump then to 30, but the idea is to increase. And the idea is not only to increase, but to acknowledge where you're at, where things can be improved, what time to focus. God sometimes puts us in seasons of isolation where we have to be reflective. We have to sometimes take ourselves off of a high, and that can sometimes happen at your highest point. Sometimes when you reach that alleged mountaintop, you still have to take some time to pull back and to seek him, you know? And so in that time, in the preseason, I had to understand that I was moving in a lot of different places, but not producing a lot of results. And that was a hard pill to swallow. That's a very hard thing to say. Why am I going this way, and nothing's happening? Especially because navigating an industry like music is tricky, you know, because there are a lot of different ways. I would say entertainment overall, but there's a lot of different ways to get where you're trying to get to. But at the end of the day, as a child of God, there's certain self-respect and being a mother and that respect of the life that I know is appropriate for me to live, that sometimes might make you realize that even though you're right there, it's not exactly the path that God had set for you. And I want to kind of talk about that a little bit while I can. And that is that fear. Like, I just had an aha moment. To be in a position or to be somewhere where you are right where you feel like you need to be, like if you take 2 more steps, you are right there. It's very hard sometimes to turn away from that, because it's like, what am I turning away from? If I walk away from these people, I'm going to fall flat on my face. I've had friends, I don't know why my daughter's in the same right now. I've had friends, I've had so many different people who have arrived in the same positions I have, worked with some of the same people that I've worked with, and felt like their entire livelihood was focused around those people. And that's how the devil works. A lot of times he puts you in positions where you feel like you are a servant to others when God gave you the gift, you know? And if God gave you something, no man can take it from you. And to have that discernment and that discipline and that faith to understand that stepping away is not my downfall, but it's my rise. You know what I'm saying? Because when you start to pour into what God is doing for you, you'll be surprised the doors that he opens. It'll be things, when I turned away and when I asked God to lead my path, it was many things that I wasn't sure where I was going, what I was doing, what was the next person who was going to step in my life. But that's exactly where I needed to be, because God needed to show me that you can do a lot of these things if you take the time and focus and do it on your own. You can mold and create the life that's beneficial for you and your child. You can put yourself in positions where you can be respected by the men and women that you're surrounding yourself with. You don't have to subject yourself to your looks, your body, your sexuality. You have so much power as a woman. And that's where God really starts to manifest, when you acknowledge your power. So here we are, we're in the pre-season. We're in the very early stages of this journey. Then once you hit the preseason, you start to sow, because guess what's happened? I've acknowledged the power that God has given me. I know my presence. I know my worth. I know when I step into the room, what pull and what attention I can grab. And when you understand that, when you understand yourself from the outside in, now you can start pouring from the inside out. So then when you move into that phase, that's when you start sowing your seeds. That's when God starts put things at your feet. That's when you're able to start to see things manifesting before you, what I like to consider high vibrations. That's kind of like my hashtag for this year. This is my high vibrational season, because anything that's around me, anything that touches me are all vibrating in its highest momentum. You know, things are just happening, they're unfolding. And I really have, just like the words that are coming out of my mouth right now, this was not prepared, but it just starts to pour because God is doing so many things. And so the next two phases I'm going to talk about, I will admit I haven't hit yet, but I also understand that in this season of sowing, there's something to be appreciated about being right here, right in the thick of what God is doing, in preparation for reaping the benefits, in preparation for reflecting on the journey that took me here, to be able to sit back and acknowledge the fact that I've made it here, but I made it here in a way that was appropriate for my life and appropriate to what God had planned for me. How dare I get myself somewhere where to the masses, I'm selling a lie. To the masses, I'm saying fame and fortune is everything, but on the inside, I'm falling apart. The people I have around are people I wouldn't even want around my child, you know, just because I'm trying to be there. Fame and fortune is a beautiful thing, but fame and fortune can become, you can literally become a servant to it if you don't know who you are. And I think that that is why I wanted to focus on this point and talk about this point, because I think that acknowledging your power, recognizing and respecting and relinquishing yourself to the obedience of God in the seasons that he has you in, and understanding that this is a process, that this is a marathon, this is not overnight, but it's a constant growth. It's a constant, to DT's point, a mindset change, and understanding that although you might be in what somebody would consider a frictional season, it doesn't feel that way, because you understand that God is moving you. You understand that the vibrations are so high that you are just pulling positive energy from every corner, and it's pouring out of you. That even if your bank account says negative, that by tomorrow it'll be positive. By next week it'll be and not only will it be positive, but it'll be an overflow of what you could have expected for yourself. That the next deal, the next meeting, the next interaction will somehow work for your benefit. I can't tell you how many times, and I will definitely wrap after this because I'm just going, but I can't tell you how many times since I've decided to relinquish myself to God's command, how many moments, oh my God, if I could just go to those conversations I've had with DT where things have just taken place and people have stepped into my life. And the most interesting thing about that is that at one point in my life, because I didn't know my power and didn't know my worth, I was paying hundreds and thousands of dollars for somebody to affirm me, for somebody to sell me a beat, sell me production, sell me videos and this and all this, the clout and the extra. And I was paying, and I was a slave to it. I was literally bankrupting my life because I was buying into something because I didn't know who I was. And finally, I hit a point where God left me empty. And the beautiful thing about when God leaves you empty is that that's when you get into your most creative space. That's when you become innovative, because you recognize, hey, I got to figure this out. And what happened was, when I hit this point, God allowed my talent to become my form of currency. I literally would tell people, would come to me, hey, you still doing music? Yeah, I'm still doing music. Hey, you want to do this? I ain't got no money, but I can sing. I ain't got no money, but I got this. I ain't got no money, but I got that. And people, I'm talking about top tier people I've respected all this time, are like, I want to help you. I'll do your photo shoot for you and I won't charge you. I'll do your video for you because I want you to have a better video than what you had before. I see a better creative vision. I won't charge you. I want you to join my band. I want you to sing for me. I got gigs booked for you. These are real gigs. These gigs are going to pay you your worth for your talent. All these different things that, quite honestly, I didn't even have in store for me. I literally took a step back, had no clue what was going to happen. I'm just like, I'm going to take a step back. Praise God, take care of my child. And in that, God said, okay, she's relinquished. I'm going to take the wheel. When you go to this store over here, you're going to run into this person. They're going to manifest in your life. When you drive down the street here, you're going to run into a person. They're going to manifest your life. When you go here and you serve here, you're going to run into a person. They're going to manifest in your life. And all these different particles of people who love and respect my craft have now allowed me to use my craft as my currency. And what once was about to bankrupt me is now something that's about to create my fortune. So all in all, ooh, I was not even prepared for that much energy to be poured out on this call tonight. But all in all, I just want to say to anybody who's listening now or will listen later, is to trust the process. I don't know where I'm going to be 6 months from now. I don't know where I'm going to be a year from now. I don't know where I'm going to be 2 years from now. But I know that God is working. And I know how proud I'll be to be able to come back on a conversation like this or a call like this and be able to show people even more of what he's done in my life, because that's all. I'm just a testament of God. I'm just the instrument. He's given me the gift. It's working through me. And by the grace of God, it did not overtake me and did not subject me to things that I know are not of him and not in his word. So be encouraged, stay prayed up, understand that the blessings are coming. And when it happens, do not hesitate to pour that wisdom into somebody else, because sometimes words can be worth hundreds of dollars. So that is my my spill. Y'all have a good one.
Oh my God. If I would have known Miss Kirsten was blaze like that, man, I would have came with some money. I would have came with some dollars. I would have came cash out ready, man, because those were some priceless gems that Kirsten shared with us tonight, man. Trust the process, y'all. Trust the process. Man, look, 28 years young, and I still try to trust the process as often as I can. Even I struggle sometimes with like, hey, I'm 28, I'm supposed to be here. But truth is, man, where God has me is where I need to be. And thank you, Kirsten, for shedding more light on that. Thank you, Kirsten, for encouraging us, to stick with it and to just stay the course, because God is working. And so long as we're working, the results are going to come, man. So much powerful information shared between these two tonight. And to be honest, I'm full. We had a 3-course meal yesterday. We got 2 big meals tonight, and simply phenomenal from the value. If y'all got some value tonight, put some fire emojis in the chat, drop some gems in the chat. Tell Kirsten and DT thank you for tonight, for the value that they share with you all. Man, these individuals, just the thought of them knowing that they can hold on to this information and not share it with a single soul, but the fact that they did is just speaks volumes, man. It speaks volumes. We're all built to win, just like Mr. Sturgis said. We're all put here. We're all set up to win. This is a winning vessel. Touch yourself and let yourself know that you're a winning vessel. You're built to win. You're built for 2023 to be the start of the best years of your whole entire life. Man, I'm pumped up. I don't know about y'all, but this has been an awesome pregame gearing up for 2023. First quarter. We were rounding out the first quarter of the year. We got 3 quarters of the year to go. Think to yourself, man. Ask yourself, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do about our success? What are we going to do about our dreams? What are we going to do about our goals? What are we going to do about the family that we want, the partner that we want, the relationship that we want to build? Let's be intentional starting today. About where we're going in life in 2023. Y'all, that's my time. I'm super grateful for y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. Let's make the next gathering bigger and better. I'm super excited for everything that the Sturge Hills got going on. got going on for this year, 2023. I'm so happy and grateful to be a part of anything that they have going. And we're just going to soar from here. We took the leap, we stepped out from the cliff, and we flying, y'all. Y'all have an awesome, awesome 2023. I pray many blessings and many, many blessings and many, many, many more to come into your 23. So much success is on the way. So much change and transformation is on the way. I love you all. Let's go, family. Y'all have a great night. Peace.